Spirulina powder has arrived from Amazon. And what we're going to do now is we're going to empty this little 20 litre. We'll distribute whatever plants and stuff's in there, maybe put some more into this guppy tank. We'll try and save the water lettuce anyway. Whatever about the Zustaflora and the guppy grass, we're not really worried about that. We may just chuck that out along with some of the duckweed into our goldfish cube outside. We're going to, there's a mixture of there's a few shrimp in here. Don't know whether there's any baby shrimp. We'll find out as we go along. We're going to take the shrimp out and whatever nice ram's horns or whatever we find in here. We're going to take them out. We're going to stick them into our 64 litre father fish. We'll probably put the water lettuce in the guppy tank. Although quite a bit of water lettuce in there, but we'll see what we'll do with it. We may stick it in a dish and offer it to somebody on Facebook. Don't know. We'll see. Not sure yet. Don't really want to put any water lettuce in the 700 litre. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this into a little salt water tank for our baby brine shrimp. We're going to grow them and see do they reproduce or what do they do. We'll be planning on using 1 heaped teaspoonful or tablespoonful of salt. Now this brine shrimp hatchery's been going for, it'll be 3 days since I put the eggs in. I've fed the fish multiple times. So we're just going to leave this light on here now to attract a few more, and then we're going to put them in the little 20 litre. Add some spirulina. See if we couldn't grow them to any reasonable size and see if they reproduce or whatever in the little aquarium. We're going to be running the sponge filter that's in that aquarium. We will wash it out and reset it and everything. And we'll see if we can grow these little baby brine shrimp to any size. They're living away there 3 days later, so, and I've fed the fish multiple times out of this. So whatever gathers up now in that dish, that's what we're going to put in. Then we're going to leave this, we're just going to leave it to see how long they survive. I may actually put a little tiny piece of spirulina in this here to feed them, see what happens. How long they live without an air pump or whatever, just as a bit of an experiment. Little 20 litre. We're going to put them into our 64 litre. Few ram's horns, couple of bladders. All these nice big mature jade greens with the yellow line on them that we were hoping would have some babies. There's no sign of them having babies yet. I don't see any babies in there at all. So we're going to throw all that into our 64, our father fish 64. They can live out their lives in there. Plenty of jade green shrimps in there. So that's it for the time being, folks. We're going to take this outside, take out the sand and the aqua soil. We might scoop some of the sand off the top of it and save it to put back in, because I don't have much sand left. Have a wee bit outside, but not that much, so we may try and save and wash some of this sand here. Put it back in. We kind of want to get at least a couple of inches of sand in the base of this tank. Stick them outside in our tubs in the shed where we got the big giant pond snail. We're going to split them up there. Put some water lettuce and duckweed and guppy grass and duckweed in another one. See what happens. See, can they purify, clean up the tubs out in the shed. Just for a wee bit of an experiment. Probably all die, same as the hornwort and stuff, but we shall eat her again. Should be more careful about putting it in the window. We have our wash sand in. We've totally rinsed out and reset our sponge filter. We're adding the water through an airline tube. There's 10 litres in that dish. And we're putting it into that little jar. We're adding 1 heaped tablespoon. 1 heaped tablespoon per litre of water. We haven't added none yet. We're still dissolving it in this jug here in some boiling water. We've dechlorinated the water that's going into the tank. That's just normal tap water. Now this 1 litre of boiling water that's dissolving the salt will, by the time I get this in and another jug, 1 litre jug in, it should be warm enough. It should be room temperature, but we'll test it anyway before we put our baby brine shrimp in. It's taken a long time to dissolve that amount of salt in that amount of water, but we're not in any hurry yet, so we will carry on. So that's all I can tell you for the minute, folks. Our baby brine shrimp are still gathering. That should be loads in that little 20 litre tank if they grow to any size at all. But we'll see over the coming weeks. Apparently they grow very, very quick. But we hopefully will get it up and running now in the next hour or so. That's not bad. We could go with that now. We'll take that and pour it into our water that's going into our aquarium. We'll try not to let any of the salt crystals in so that we maintain the amount of salt. Now that wasn't bad. There's only a little bit not dissolved. So we'll refill this jug, dissolve another 11 tablespoons of boiled water. We've already added the 10 litres dechlorinated water to this dish. We've took out our little jar. We've decided we would just fill it in through the pipe of the sponge filter. Save us reaching into the tank when it's full. It's not a big problem reaching in, but we just thought it would go in that way. We have our next 1 litre, which when poured in there will make 11 litres of so we have 11 heaped tablespoons of API aquarium salt. We would have used Tesco's natural rock salt. There would have been some minerals and stuff in it. And we would have used it if we had to have any, but we don't. We had about 4 or 5 teaspoons full of it. We did add them, but we've put in our pieces of cuttlefish bone, but I don't think they'll do much in salt water. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think because the pH of salt water should be way above 8, so our cuttlefish bone wouldn't break down in that. But we've chucked them in anyway, so they were there. So this is all well dissolved now. I don't see any more salt crystals in this. So we're just going to pour that into our water that's going into our tank. Make it all nice and salty and warm for our baby brine shrimp. That's it. When we get this filled up, we'll fill it with 20 litres of water. It has about 2 inches of sand in the bottom, washed, clean sand. We did throw in our bits of cuttlefish bone that we normally keep in a shrimp tank, but I don't think they'll do anything in here in salt water with a pH of, well, the pH should be around 8.4, that amount of salt. So we have 20 litres of water. We actually have 22 litres of water in this tank. We washed out and reset our sponge filter. I might turn down that air pump another little tiny bit. We don't want all our baby brine shrimp getting sucked into our sponge filter. That should do. So we have a bamboo meat skewer, kebab skewer, whatever. We've cut it in half we broke it in half so it forms a little flat piece. We're going to just add the tiniest bit of spirulina. We can get some out. That's what we're going to add. We're at room temperature, thanks to our two litres of boiling water. So we're going to take all these little baby brine shrimp and let them drip off. Now the salt content in this should be similar to the salt content in the aquarium. So, and go our baby brine shrimp. We will add a few more maybe later this evening. So we'll see how they do. Will they grow? Will they die? Will they survive? Who knows? Stay tuned for more updates.